Hello guys, and welcome to our first seminar. So I'm waiting for you guys. For now there's 5 people that are in, waiting for the others. So I will take this opportunity to tell you guys that forex isn't a game. Okay, please, there are possibility exists that you could lose all your investment. So first, make sure you invest money that you could afford to lose. Okay, and if you don't have the right experience, seek advice from an independent financial advisor. Okay, and what else? Also, any opinion, news, research, analysis, prices, or any information on this webinar is only for education purposes. So it does not constitute an investment advice. Okay, so because a lot of people don't have the right money management skills. So even if I told you guys this pair will go up, and I'm right, but if we go down for like 50 pips first before going up, a lot of people will lose a lot of money if they don't have the right skills. Okay, so please, this is just for education purposes. So yeah, hello John. I'm just waiting for the other people so we can start. Hi James. A lot of people from South Africa. Hello guys. What we gonna do? Yeah, so for today we're gonna have a lot of focus on USD pairs. So we're gonna discuss a lot of USD pairs and try to show you guys how to trade and how to understand reading charts, because a lot of people have a lot of trouble reading some charts. So I have my charts here already. They are actually my charts that I use every day. I removed some little stuff that I can only understand, and I kept like the general stuff here. So you can see that it's a very clear shot. There's not lots of indicators or stuff like that. I have only the RSI here. It showed me that if the pair is overbought or oversold. That's the only thing I need to know. And after that, I draw myself my resistance and support, and that's for my technical analysis. And after that, I have my fundamentals analysis, so I can understand both and have an opinion and have a conclusion about this pair. Okay. So how many are you now? Okay, more people are coming. Okay. So sorry, because before I wanted to do it at 3, so an hour before. Now it's 4, and a lot of people were here and they have a lot of work and things or something like that. So we are okay. We can start, guys. Okay, cool. So first thing first, I will show you guys how I start my day. Okay, some basic stuff I do every time I start my day. Every time I go, I don't look to the charts. Charts is the last thing I look to. The first thing I go to see, I'll show you here, is going through to the economic calendar. It's very important to see the economic calendar for so many reasons. The first reason is that you should always see if there is big news there, because if you trade, like, let's see here, if you trade, let's say, CAD, and you have like GBP CAD or something like that going there, and you see that there is a big volatility here, you should always go back to your chart and see how much the volatility will cost. Okay, so this is why it's very important for me to go to the economic calendar first and see all the things that will happen this day or maybe tomorrow, even for a week if you want. But for me, it's just for one day, and I see what will happen. So here there is a lot of volatility, here small volatility, and here medium. So I look it like that. Second thing I do is that I go to this website. I don't know if you know it, guys, but for people who study finance and economy, it's a very known website. It's Bloomberg. We go to Bloomberg, and there is also an economic calendar, but it's so different from the other one because the focus here is especially on the United States and things that you can't see on the traditional economic calendar. Okay. So, for example, we are here. We have two major events. For me personally, we have William Dudley and Robert Kaplan. They are president of the Fed. This one is for the New York, I think. If you don't understand something, just click on it and you can see here. Yeah, it's from Dallas Federal Reserve Bank. And the other one is William Dudley. Is from New York, I think. Yeah, New York Federal Reserve Bank. Okay, so these two people will have they will speak, and the reason it's important to me is because if you watch news, and that's the third step for fundamental analysis. First one, you go to economic calendar, you see stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I understand. It's very easy. Even if this in this website, investing.com, you can see here that when you see a green one, it's good. When you see a red one, is bad. So they done that very well. Even if it's not really the case, sometimes you should see the whole picture actually. But it's good. It's well done. So you look at this. After that, like I said, you go to Bloomberg. You look at this too, and after that, you should watch a lot of news. You should understand a lot of things about the pair you're gonna trade. Okay. So for me, for example, now we will trade a lot of USD pairs. Okay, so I go to news and I know that Trump had some big decision these days that he want to have like a war, economic war between USA and the Asian market. So he has some taxes on aluminium and so the problem here is that this will be bad on the USD economy, USA economy. So even if you see the president of his party, Ryan pushes, he's against this taxes too, and a lot of people are against it. And Donald Trump will, for now, he's like, okay, I will do it. And in my experience, and I did some research on that, the last time something like that happened was with Bush in 2002, and it was very bad for the economy. Even the forex market, we saw that the USD was very low, and a lot of pairs went up against the USD. Okay, so this is what will happen these days, and this is what you guys should look into, is stuff like that that they are very important for the USD. So after I look in all of this, I go back to my charts, okay? So let's start with Euro USD. It's the first chart that everyone look at. It's very important chart too, to be honest. So for Euro USD, we have double top here, and we have this. This, let me show you, okay, Korean. This is what we call a false breakout. False breakout is when you have this resistance. It's a very solid resistance actually. We have a lot of bounces from here. It did bounce from here. It went to 125. 125 is the psychological resistance, and this is the support that it bounced many times. And if you see here, the candle went down and it closes below the support. Okay, so a lot of people who are just trading breakouts like that will say, okay, it went down, so it's a problem. So for me, it will go only down. And they will say, okay, the next resistance is maybe this moving average, so it will go this down. So for me, it's 120 something, okay? But the next day, and after this news, the USD was very weak, and even before, we knew that the news would be bad for the economy of the USD, and the price went up again. So that's how sometimes people who are relying on breakouts and price action, that's what they call it, price action, sometimes don't get it right, because the thing is that you should always have the fundamentals and technical analysis side by side. So yes, so this is why it go back. So for me, this pair, I think for me the best entry was here, because at this time you can have like because for me now I think it's going to 125 again, because we don't have any fundamental news that will be against the USD now. So USD is so bad. Even the US index is now going down again. So we have more possibility for the Euro USD going 125 again, then going back, because now we have this support that is here, and the RSI is well too, so we have no problem. So the risk here, if you want the risk management, if we did enter here, no, it's too late. But if we did enter here, it would be like 1.5. to 1. So we could win 1.5 to 1. It means that we have here, we should risk 1 for 1.5. Okay? Now, if you want to, we are talking about daily, but if you want to have an opportunity on, let's see, on 1 hour. Yeah, you can see here that for 1 hour, if you can wait for this to go here or here, and you have a bounce back, okay, it can go like that. And after that, you have a solid support here and here, and this one too. So you have three support, and you have fundamental analysis that are with you. So you have more possibility for it to go up again. But 125 for me is like the support that's it's so hard to breach for now because it's a psychological resistance. If it go below that, that's very good. But if not, just go target 125. Okay. So this is for Euro USD, GBP USD. Then. Okay, so GBP, we had a lot of people talking about GBP these days, and it was like people were talking about the fact that GBP is not good, and it will be going down because Theresa May, she had a talk about some of the Brexit talk, and she said that she will be not okay with one of the conditions of the European Union. So market went crazy, and if we see here, we have GBP now. You see, GBP went down. So for me, I think the GBP had his objective done because the objective was to go here to hit to this resistance, and then it will bounce again. But to be honest, I think that it can bounce like that. We have no support, so it's not easy for this pair to go like that. But GBP is doing very good now. So if the USD continue like that, the GBP have a chance. If not, we will see the moving average. Okay, and if you go here, you should target here again. So in terms of money management, I don't think it's a good entry. You should wait for it a little bit to go down before buying. But GBP USD for me, it's not clear now. But if you have the opportunity to go, this is for 1 hour. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry guys. Okay, let's delete this. Okay. So you see. So like I said, it can go down a little bit, but it will be going up again because now the support is a moving average that is very, very strong. You can see the red one. Look at the red one. It's going very well. It was a support before, and it's going very well now. Even if we saw this breakout here, but the moving average is now working as a support, and I think it will not really go low. If it does go low, it's like we have what's that? I'm sorry. Let's configure this one right. So yes. So we have 137.98, 1.38. So this is the support to look at if this one is broken. Okay. So that's for GBP USD. What else? Let's look at NSD USD. Oh, this one is very interesting actually, because this one was on a flat market. It went up, it went down again. It was on a canal, and it's a very beautiful setup for people who want to trade long term, because now the next target is 0.74. So you should wait for it. The entry, the perfect entry is not yet there because now we are not sure if this one will break or not. Because if on daily this one break, for example, it closes here, it's good. You should wait a little bit and then go up again with the market. But if it's closed below this support, this resistance, sorry, this is very difficult because you may have, because now we are talking about USD that is very weak. So NSD normally can take the train up. So yes, for me, I think it's going up to 0.74. It's a very beautiful setup. And for people who will say it's a head and shoulders, there is no head and shoulders. Sorry, John, no, there's no head and shoulders. For me, it's a double top, and the double bottom is not there because you see, the market closes before this resistance, and here again it closes before this resistance. So it's not really a double bottom; it's a double top. Okay, but yeah. So even if it's double top, for us it can go up. You have more opportunity for it to go up than going down. So this is for NSD/USD. Let's go to the next one. USD CHF. Oh, this one is very good. Okay, so before we start about this one, we should know, guys, that there is two currencies that they are very interesting when we have problems. When you have like a declaration of war, when you have economic problems, it's called they are called refugees currencies, refuge currencies maybe. So we have CHF and GPY. These two currencies, every time we have any problem, these currencies will be very strong. And now the perfect scenario is that the USD is very weak and have bad news. So the CHF will go up. So in this case, it will go down. So we saw it today. So today it started here. It's go normally. If you see this canal, normally it should be that. It should go here maybe, or maybe just here and go down again. You see, but it didn't do that. It just stopped here. And now I think it will face two major support. That's important actually. But you have a lot of things here. You should go down here, wait for it a little bit, and have a good opening here. And the stop loss maybe can be here. And you have 1 to 1 or something like that. But it's a good setup USD CHF. Or if you want, you can wait for this candle to close and see. Maybe if there is a breakout here, okay, the next logical thing is that, let us see, sorry, I will recommend this. Okay, the next thing we can see here, we don't have any divergence, no. So yeah, it will go down. We have no support actually here. So basically, you don't have any targets to have. But for me personally, if I want to do that, I will wait for it to go here, have my open, my sell, have this support, this one, and this one. And I will have TP1, my take profit number 2, and my take profit number 3. And my stop loss will be here. See? So this one will be like, the first one will be not easy because the opening can be like here. So the price is like near a support that will be a resistance after all. But the problem is that you should wait for a daily candle because now we are talking about a daily chart. But the thing with daily charts and even weekly charts, that they are very powerful. When you go down to like 50 minutes, 5-minute charts, you don't have a lot of opportunities because you will have a lot of false signals, you see? So that's why I'm trying to concentrate on daily, go into intraday, go into 1 hour max. 1 hour is like something, I can't go below one hour actually, because after that I think it's not very good. So for me, for 1 hour, see here, we have a lot of opportunities here, because now we have two major resistance that are moving averages. And yeah, if I want to steal some pips, go here and stop right here. See? So that's how we try to reach out. But please, guys, the thing is that I have questions. Please, I will answer your questions just after. The main thing is that I just set up on my charts now, and I told you, okay, this is opening, this is opening, but it's not always the case. The very smart trader is the one who will say, I will wait for the good opening. Okay, it's not smart to just say, okay, I want to enter now and see what will happen. This is just being stupid, because even if your analysis is right, if you not enter at the right entry, you will have a lot of risk actually, and this will make you lose a lot of money. So for me personally, that's why I told you before. For me, I will go to the daily. Okay, so go to the daily here and wait for the breakout. If there is a bounce, if the pair bounce, it means that the USD conflict is not resolved. It means that maybe Donald Trump will say, okay, we will not do that. You see, there's a lot of things going on. Even if you have like the right analysis, it can be so difficult to predict what will happen in the future, because there's a lot of variables, a lot of people going, especially when we're talking about Donald Trump. So my advice is for you guys to follow him on Twitter, so you can see what madness he will say and try to see what you do. Okay, so this is for USD CHF. So for me, it's going down. USD GPY. Okay, so this one is not very interesting setup, because it's going flat for now. It's very flat. 1 hour. Yeah, you have a resistance and a support nearby. USD have a lot of problems. GPY has some problems too now. So you see this candle for 1 hour. This candle it means that the market is not. He don't know what to do, and that's what I told you before. I don't know what to do, and the market doesn't know what to, because it the candle did open here. Okay, so maybe the market went up. He saw this resistance and he say, okay, we'll go down again, and they went down to here. And after that, everyone was like, no, GBP had some problems, so it can't be going down. So it went up here, and people say, okay, we will stay here for a while. Just some trying to say that the market is one guy, but that's how we can understand this candlestick. This candlestick means that the market is not sure what to do, and it's very good if you have like this one, for example. If you want to trade for 1 hour, okay, so we have this down, we have this candle. It's not a reversal candle, by the way, but for me, I can see it like a reversal candle. In terms of that, for example, now this candle for me can go here, not here, not to the moving average, but just some pips below, okay? And I can, if I want to have like some scalping or some intraday, I can buy here and wait for it, and my stop loss will be just down this candlestick, okay? So I will be playing between here and here. But this one is very dangerous, because this is not for me a reversal trend. And we are not, I don't like to talk about trends too, because we're talking about 1 hour here. So talking about the trend in 1 hour chart is a strong word, okay? So let's move this, go back to normal. USD CAD. USD CAD, like we said, USD is very weak. CAD, we had some news. You saw guys the news that we had before here. That's why it's very important to see. I remember we had some USD CAD, this one, and you see it was very positive. So the logical thing is that normally this pair will go up. Let's say for 1 hour, 1 day, sorry. Yeah, So basically, I think it went up here to this 1.3, and 1.3 is a very strong resistance because it's psychological resistance. When you see like round numbers like 1.3, 1.4, for example, if you guys are if you trade like cryptocurrencies too, if you see like 10k, 50k, 70k, there are some psychological resistance, and they are very strong. So here it's so that even with good news, okay, the USD went up here, but of course because it's very good news for CAD, the market went down, and you had some good pips here. I think like I think 100 pips here or something like that if you did buy here. So yeah, this is good, and the technical analysis now is that if we go here, so simple. You see, when the charts are so simple, you have like you don't have a lot of resistance and support. You have the measured one. You see that you see a lot of opportunities, but for people who have a lot of indicators going on there, it's so hard to read them. That's for sure. So that's USD CAD. Okay, let me just answer one question before I go further. Do you have some question, guys? I heard that there is some question, but it didn't. Yes. How about USD CHF? Okay, why didn't you close USD CHF even if your support was broken? Okay, let's go back to USD CHF. Okay, which support you're talking about? Oh, this one. Is it this one? Yes. Ah, okay. So, to be honest, me for this period, this year chef, I was thinking when it was here, I was thinking it will go up like that. To be honest, I would not say, oh, I predicted it to go down. No, no, no. When I was here, I was okay, and even after this candle, I was like sure, and my analysis was here. So after that, what happened is that the market went down, you see, and after we saw this candle, and I said, okay, my analysis is still correct. And after that, we had this another candle. But why? If I had an opening, because USD CHF, I said it will go down now. But before, I was sure it will go up. And even when this pair was here, this is like, I don't know if you know your candlestick very well, but when I saw this, it's the same like a candlestick like that. You see? No? Okay. Let's explain. So the opening for this one was here, okay, and the close was here. After that, it did open here, and it did close here. So basically, we had an opening and close for 2 days. Okay, let me show you something. I think I can show you for 2 days. Okay, let's remove this. And I say 2 days. You see, guys? See, this is what I'm talking about. So when I saw this, it's very uncommon to trade in 2 days charts, but yeah. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, it will go up again. And then it went up a little bit. But there is another reason actually that I didn't told you guys. So if you want to daily again, we go here. So we're talking about this one. If you see here, you see, people who are used to divergence, we had a good divergence here. No, not this one, sorry. Delete this one. From here, go on here. You see? you had a very interesting divergence. And when it was here, you see, I knew that it will be going up again. And that's what did happen. And it went straight to my objective, to my target. I was targeting 9.95, and it went near the 0.95, and after that, because of the USD, it went down again. So that's how sometimes, even if you have an analysis and it go wrong, you can still, you should not be afraid and say, oh my God, it went down, I should close my trade. No, you should always see if what will happen next, okay? And sometimes all you can see here is that it went down, okay, but it went up again to your objective. So basically, if you're talking about risk management, it went there and went here. So basically, we have one-to-one risk to reward. You see, and because I saw these diversions and I had my divergence, I knew that if it will break this one, if the pair will go here, I should close. I didn't put my stop loss here, to be honest. I just was waiting for this to be down, and that will make me sure that my analysis is false. But it didn't happen, and it went up again. And you see, sometimes it's very good to have patience. Patience is very good because look how many days. Let's see. This back to normal. Okay. So here it was like on Friday, January 26th, and you should. I have been waiting for 21 February for about a month. So it went up and it was here. Maybe you can close here too, but after that it went down. And people here, if you had your opening, your buy opening here, if it go like here, people will be like, oh my God, I should close because it's no. You should not close because you still have your support and your divergence. That is correct. So just wait, and that's what I did, and I waited, and this is what happened again. Okay. I don't know what why you asked this question. I think because I told you to buy, no? Well, okay. Just for your information, this guy is one of my best friends. And he's not a client or anything. He's just someone who come to see me. He was a client before actually, but now he just come to me and say, okay, give me some signals. And sometimes when I see some good stuff, I share that with him. And I think I did share this USD share with him, and he kept it because that's what you should do. You should just have an analysis and just believe in it, you know. And he kept it for about like now it's 2 months, something like that now. Yeah, for about 2 months, 1 month and a half. Okay, and it went great. So yeah, uh, USD CAD, old USD. So let's talk about old USD. So old USD, what to say on this one? I didn't trade old USD very well because it's not very interesting, to be honest. Even if you see this candle, but you see we had three candles. We had like an inverted hammer here. We had this one too, and this moving average was so strong. So after 3 days, nothing happened. And all this USD is like something that for me is not very interesting to trade because the two pairs now are weak. So trading weak currencies is something that is so risky. So for now, yeah, like I said before, USD is weak, oil is going good. But will we go to see this resistance? I don't think so. I think that there's here a moving average that can stop him before. Go like that, and we stop it before. And maybe because the day is not over, maybe this one is a resistance too, and it will go back like that for a while, you know. So I have no advice to give you guys. So for old USD, it's up to you. Okay. let's see one last pair. Okay, can you give me a question about a pair that you want me to analyze now? Any pair? Yeah, just one of the pairs that we didn't talk about before. Okay. Oh, GBP, GPY. Okay, okay, okay. This one I was trading myself. Okay, GBP, GBY. Okay. So this one went crazy here. And this is when I told you guys about Theresa May when she refused the proposal from the European Union. And when she refused that, a lot of people were crazy selling GBP because they were thinking that maybe the UK have some problem with the Brexit. Okay, and after that, a lot of that's why here is going well this week, because after this last week, a lot of, even Theresa May had a speech, and she said that she will make small sacrifices, and that's a very good news. And it means that now the UK admits that he will have no access to European market, and he's okay with that. Okay, so this is for fundamental news. Okay, let's go to technical news. For technical, we had a lot of things going on here. We have this support here. We have this major support. This is the moving average 200, and basically what I did expect that it will be go like that, go bounce here, and go up to 150, at least 150 before, and we were sure we knew that it will go down, but going to 150 was very important because the thing is that the GPY was overbought, you know, and when you have a currency that is very bought, uh, you should have some correction. It's the forex. If you are in forex, you should understand that. If you see, for example, in forex a trend going like that down, okay, it means that one of the two pairs, one currency is overbought or oversold. That's why I use the RSI. And when you see that, when you, okay, let's see here. You see, even here we can see it's not going like that. Okay, I admit that. But on other currencies, we knew that GPY is now overbought. So for me, when I saw this going here, I said, okay, this is the next support. This is a very strong one, to be honest. And this has happened in one day. So sometimes in the market, when there is a big volatility, they don't care about this support and resistance. You should understand when you have this big volatility, it's not one of us. It's not one of the small people, one of the small traders who did that. It's banks, and especially banks. So banks did sold the GDP because banks were afraid, especially banks in UK. They were afraid that if we had no access to European markets, they will have a lot of problems with their investors. So they sold the GDP, and we saw that. They sold it like crazy. But what happened, I think here, what happened here is that the banks after that saw the talk, maybe the talk with the Theresa May, or maybe Theresa May did say something after that. But after this day, we were sure that banks did stop because we see that now the volatility was small. You see, so banks they did stop here. And what banks do, of course, is that we show you that okay, it's a downtrend, and people will sell like crazy. And when they will sell up, and here they will eat your stop loss. See, and that's what banks did after that. Is that after here, they did bought a lot of GBP, but they didn't bought it for today. They did bought it for like 2 days. They did like a buy order or something like that, and they waited for the market to go down and to be sure that it's a downtrend, because you see this resistance, this support was being broken by so far. And when they saw that, we are talking about daily too, because my analysis was on weekly. When this happened, the market went up. Okay. One more thing also is that we had, even if we had like, even if we don't talk about banks or anything or GPY or stuff like that, we had a big support here. You can see, guys, you see the support? It went here, here, and it's always worked when the GBP, GPY was down. You see here, it went crazy too, okay, for like 600, 700 pips. Here too, it went mad, and it was like this trend is like the reversal trend. Each time it go there, it reversed to going up again, and that's what happened. That's what happened after, because even if it didn't touch it, but it was near it, so it's bouncing back. So my analysis is for me is we have now this resistance, this one, and this one. So it's not easy for EPP now. But if we go to weekly, that's what's more interesting to see what will happen in the long term. You see what's happening in the Brexit here? So the worst scenario is that it will go here, 125. But I'm not sure, because now it's vacant. So even now, you see what we have here? We have a major support on the moving average 50. So you see, even if it's closed down here, we are trying to go up again to here to 129, or for me 150. If not, we will go down to 140. So that's my analysis for this day. Any other questions, guys? No? Gold. Oh, so, no, I have gold here. Let's see here if I can. Okay, let's talk about gold. So, you see that we have like a very good comparison between Oro USD and gold. If you see, we have here double top here too. You see, it's the same thing we saw before. We have this one and this one. Even we have forced breakouts here, but like I said, it all depends on the USD news. So from now on, if you want to trade gold or Euro USD or any pair on any USD pair, the one I've shown you now, you should pay attention to the news. You should watch every day. You should watch news and see what will happen. For me, if Donald Trump stay on his decision, gold will go here. So that's for sure. At least here, 1,000 and something, maybe 1350 or something, maybe, but I don't think so. But for sure, it will go down again because of Euro USD. If it go back to 125, okay, the Euro USD will go down. It means that the USD will go up. It means that the gold will go down. See, it's all related. So that's for the gold. So my advice is not to trade now the gold, because even if you want to trade now, it's kind of too late. Because if you want to enter here, what are you targeting? You're targeting something like that. What you are risking, like 2 or 3 times. You see, maybe more, because I'm thinking it will go here again. You see this one? It can test this moving average again. So my advice on gold is not to trade it. And even if you want to trade it, make sure you watch news, or if not, you're just gambling actually, because I don't see any configuration that you can do we are talking daily here, but yeah, for people, John, I had a question. Okay, uh, he's okay. He's trading 15 minutes. Oh, that's totally. I don't trade 15 minutes. Sorry, man. But yeah, but for 15 minutes, you can see, for example, if you just base or on technical analysis, you can see here that the four moving averages I have, they are so near each other. That's not a good thing because it means that the market will go flat. And even if you see this big movement here, and maybe you did catch it because you said, okay, it did break a lot of support. So yeah, maybe you said, okay, it will go up. Yeah, it's a good thing for 15 minutes. But and you will risk this. Yes, yeah, if you want to. But me personally, I will not do that because 15 minutes it show you that it does not show you all the things that will happen. Because for example, now you will put your stop loss here, okay, and you think, oh, I'm good. But you see here, the market went to here again and here, and you have a support here that you didn't see before, you know. So the markets can easily go down. And on the 15 minutes, the resistance are not really respected sometimes. You see, for example, let me just give you an example. See here, it didn't respect this moving average because what we should understand, for me personally, the moving average depends on on the time frame. Okay, so my black moving average is 200. So this one is very strong, but it's not suitable for the 15 minutes. So if I will go with the 20, this one. This one, yeah, sometimes it go there like what, 10 pips and go down again. But yeah, if you guys want to trade with 15 minutes, that's a lot of people are doing that. But for me, it's like a waste of time because what if you do the same work on the 1 hour, for example, 1 hour, just 1 hour short, if you do the same work, you will have so much more pips. You see, and you will risk more. Okay, yeah, you will risk more, but you will win a lot more. You see, so for me, it's more interesting to go to higher time frames. For me, the minimum to go to is 1 hour. Okay, so that's it. Any other questions, guys? No, thank you. So, okay, so thank you guys for being for the first webinar. Just to let you know, we will do a daily webinar. So each day we will talk about the same pairs we did talk about, just to show you guys how we work, not now, but how we work in the long term. Okay, so we will have daily webinars, not the weekends, of course, because the market is closed. We will have also another webinar about cryptocurrency. We will have a lot of stuff going on, so stay tuned. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your criticize. One guy told me, "Oh, you talk a lot," because I'm only the only one who talk, you know. So thank you, and sorry for people who didn't join us because I will put this one in YouTube. So for you guys, I think you had the opportunity to see that. So maybe we will try to move the schedule of this webinar to maybe later, so that people who work who are in school can participate too. But for now, we had a good amount of people. Okay, thank you, and see you tomorrow. Bye.